Hi all, Angie Jenkins here from Fit for Life, and today I'm going to show you a easy and delicious apple crumble. Now, I walked into a few girls in the changing room the other day while they were getting ready for one of my classes, and I overheard them talking about my wheat-free, dairy-free, sugar-free book, saying, what's left to eat? There's no wheat, there's no sugar, there's no dairy. Well, here I'm going to show you that it can be food can be just as delicious without wheat, sugar and dairy as food with it, and obviously a lot more healthy. So all I'm doing, I'm taking two big dessert apples, peeling off the skins, and this will serve like two. I like to make a big tray of it, so I take a few apples. Again, when you're having this kind, if you're looking to lose weight, these are good treat foods. You're not going to have them every day. So loosely peel these off. I've got my two cooking apples, I've got a couple of garlic pods, excuse me, I've got nutmeg, cinnamon, that's half a cup of oats, and that's about 50 grams of walnuts, pecans and macadamia nuts. This is a handy little gadget, my apple slicer. These are a £5 in supermarkets. I highly recommend getting one on my kitchen gadgets. If you haven't noticed, I love cooking, but I'm not a professionally trained chef by any means. I don't know all the fancy techniques involved, but it's simple enough to... Whoops. So I'm just chopping them into small little bite-sized pieces. I am going to put my cooker on here to about a medium heat. Chop, chop, chop. Going to give them a little rinse again. Okay, I'm actually going to just put a drop of water in there, probably about a tablespoon. Take some lemon juice. Just a little bit of lemon juice. I'm just going to use about a teaspoon of xylitol, just to give it. Again, this is my plum sugar. Has very little effect on your blood sugar levels. About a teaspoon again, or half a teaspoon, just depends on how cinnamony you like it. And then we'll just go bit of nutmeg and pop in my cardamom pods. Okay, put that on my medium heat, give it a little stir. And I'm just going to put a lid on it, and that'll take about 10 minutes. Until it becomes nice and soft You don't want them completely mushy, the apples. I have made the mistake and made applesauce before, but that was still nice anyway. So for the topping, I usually wait about 4 or 5 minutes into the apples cooking, and then I'll get going on the topping. Okay, the apples are just about ready to go, so I'm going to start on the topping. I might just turn that off and just let it simmer on the heat. So here I have my oats and my nuts. I'm going to bring these over here. I'm going to use cinnamon and nutmeg again, and my extra virgin coconut oil. Now, coconut oil gets a bad rap because it's a saturated fat, but it's actually the type of saturated fat that we do want to take. It's full of lauronic acid, which studies have shown are excellent for thyroid function, and it actually assists you losing weight. And the fact that it's a saturated fat, when you do cook with it, it doesn't break down. The problem with our polyunsaturated fats or our vegetable oils, when we're cooking with them, the heat destroys the oil and therefore turns it into a trans fat, whereas the extra virgin coconut oil doesn't have that effect. And plus, it's delicious. So I'm going to use about just a tablespoon into my pan. Okay, so I'm heating up my extra virgin coconut oil. Now I'm going to add my oats. I'm just going to grab a little spatula and coat the oats in the extra virgin coconut oil. You want to get them nice and brown. Okay, while those are browning, I'm going to turn that up a little bit. I am going to chop up my nuts. Roughly chop them. Okay, so now I've got my nuts. I'm chopping my 50 grams of nuts. Again, you can use whatever nuts you like. I'm using macadamia and walnuts and pecan nuts. Roughly chop them. Okay, my oats are starting to brown a little bit. Keep those going. Again, to give the topping just a little bit of sweetness, I'm just going to put a pinch of xylitol. Again, the perfect substitute. The sugar gives it a bit of sweetness without the effect on your blood sugar level. Okay, so I've chopped my nuts. These are just browning nicely. Turn it up just a little bit. Love the delicious taste of the coconut. And then we're going to put our nuts in with the oats. And I'm going to do a little bit of nutmeg and cinnamon on the oats as well. Just a pinch. Check my apples. Beautiful. Now I did put cardamom pods in here, so you'd want to count how many you put in. I know I put in 4. So I'm going to pick those out because you don't want to crunch into them. Here's another one. Three. Should be one more in there somewhere. Well, we can't find it right now. It's not going to kill me if I bite into it anyway. It'll give it a whack of flavour. Serving size. I'm going to stick it in. So that's approximately 1 apple. You just want these a little bit more golden. That should do it. Just coat on top. bring it back over here, and there you have your warm apple crumble.